Welcome, guys, back to Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett, and on today's episode, we will be discussing reframing sadness and reframing anxiety. Both of these emotions come up for all of us in our lives. We are all human, and we all feel the full spectrum of emotions, unless, of course, you're a psychopath. But for the majority of us, you can't escape feeling either sad or some anxiety at some point in your life. It can be very crippling depending on where you are, what's going on, the situation, and exactly how you choose to deal with these emotions and how you choose to frame them in the course of your life. So what we're trying to do today, guys, is just give you a different perspective on these two. I was watching a podcast with Alex Hormozy, and he gave very beautiful definitions of both of these that helped give me a different perspective. And he defines sadness as a perceived lack of options. Many times you can correlate sadness with hopelessness, and you feel down, you feel like you just don't have many options or any options at all. And that at a core is where the sadness can come from. However, the key word here is perceived. It's always going to be a perceived lack of options. And the reality is, it's not an actual lack of options. So it's up to you as the individual to work through that and to see what options there are actually out there. There have been many times for myself in my career and going through life, even dating as well, where perhaps you get off of a breakup or you leave a job and you feel sad. You feel like I don't have many options or any options. But the reality of the situation is when it comes to dating, there are many fish in the sea, way more than you could ever date. And even if the possibility for match is only 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000, because you're very unique, there are still billions of people on this planet. And of course, you're only probably dating half of them, but this is just to give you an idea. Same thing with the jobs as well. So as you're progressing through your career, maybe you transition between, you feel locked in one job for too long and you feel like there's a lack of options. But in reality, guys, the options are endless. You can create your own job. You can work for yourself. You could have an art business that takes off. You could go work for somebody else in so many different fields. So the importance is when you feel sad, to remind yourself to get excited about other options. And in my personal experience, finding ways to get excited about the other options can completely begin to reverse the sadness that happens. Also, guys, the other one, anxiety. Alex defines it as anxiety is many options but no priorities. How many times does this happen where you just feel anxious for no reason? It's because you have almost just too many options and too many ways you can take it. This has been a big thing in my life too, because you have so many ideas, but how do you direct them? How do you know what to prioritize? And that's where it comes really up to you to decide where the priorities lie. And you have to actually sit down and organize your thoughts and really decide what is going to be a priority. Is the gym a priority? Is your relationship a priority? Is the job a main priority? How does that lie for yourself in the short term and in the long term? You know, an other interesting quote would be, general ambition gives you anxiety, which is what I've felt a lot, but specific ambition gives you direction. Even in the most recent times, I've said to myself, I want to be better. But there wasn't a specific goal behind that, just that I want to be better in general. Now, I have many different areas that I would like to be better in, but I have yet to fully and specifically outline what those areas are, what the steps are that I'm going to take towards that on a day-to-day, and what that looks like going forward. So guys, this is also why writing down your goals and getting specific can actually release some of the anxiety that you're feeling. And having an actual path in front of you and where you can go can highlight the options. It takes away some sadness, takes away some anxiety. So this is also why I say you write down your goals for the year, for months ahead, for several years ahead, and you reflect on those day to day. So if you're like me and you wake up early with a little bit of anxiety, you have your coffee, it gives you even more anxiety, but it wakes you up. And you need to find a way to deal with that anxiety in a healthy manner besides the gym or eating healthy. You write down your goals and you reflect on them. And I promise you guys that this will be very helpful for all of you. If you have a plan for your life, you will take away a lot of the anxiety and you will take a lot away of the sadness. So guys, just something that I thought would be very helpful for you. This is Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett. Thank you for liking and subscribing and for continuing to follow my channel.